Begum. It means the princess in Turkish. So if you don't mind, from now on, I'm going to call you as my people. Is it okay for you? Great. So, have you ever been to Turkey before?
Yes.
When was it? Yesterday? When?
Couple days.
Where were you? Istanbul?
No.
Marmaris. It's a very, very beautiful. I mean, the sea is more beautiful and cleaner than here, I can tell you. Very beautiful. So why I ask you if you speak Turkish or not? Because I was going to ask you if you speak Turkish.
No.
You learned some Turkish words? Alright. I'm going to teach you little Turkish on the way back just for fun. Only 3 words. But you won't need those words in your lifetime, so just for fun, I'll teach you some. So dear guys, before we start the tour and before you ask me, let me show you the island here behind your ship. This is called as Pigeon Islands. This was built during Ottoman Empire against pirates, but today we use it. I mean, for swimming around it. You may swim inside. There are restaurants. You may go have a cup of coffee or a glass of wine. So this is symbol of our town, which was built against pirates, by the way. So Pigeon Island, it's right here. My lovely people, do you know the name of this small town? This is Kusadasi or Kusadasi, meaning bird island. Kush means bird, island means ada. Although it's not an island and there are no birds here, the name is Bird Island. I don't know why. And the population in this bird island is around 250,000 people, but of course in winter time, in summertime, it's always a lot more than that. Kusadasi was a very small fishing village 50 years ago, but because of Ephesus and Virgin Mary's house, it flourished in a very short space of time and became a very important touristic center of Turkey. During regular seasons, we have at least 800 ships here. We have morning and afternoon cruise ships here, and most of our guests visit Ephesus, some Virgin Mary's house, and some the Basilica of St. John. So today, according to our program, we are going to visit first Virgin Mary's house, and then we are going to visit the magnificent city Ephesus, and then for the final part of the tour, I'll take you back to this port area, and near the port, I'll invite you to the most beautiful gallery here, where we are going to have an amazing demonstration show, where we will be offered some refreshments and some traditional Turkish pastries as well. So shortly, is everybody in the right bus? Alright, if not, it's too late times. Only it says 32 degrees Celsius, so which is going to be around 90 Fahrenheit, 92 Fahrenheit. So this is going to be lovely. Let me tell you something. Anybody from Canada? Yes? Alright. If I lived in Canada, I would immediately die. I have lots of friends and they say they see below 40s. I mean, it would be very difficult for me. Maybe Vancouver area is okay for me, but I have no idea because of the global warming or the climate change. It's getting warmer every year. So what are we going to do next summer? I have no idea. If you are planning to come to Turkey again, try to find a day in October in when you mix it with water, it becomes the color white. And because when you drink it, you feel so strong, we call it as the lion's milk. If you drink more than 3 glasses of raki in a day, you start to see all the colors very differently. Everything changes around you, and it's an amazing feeling, by the way. Second traditional drink of us is Turkish coffee, which is very similar to espresso. You can drink it with sugar or without. All the buildings you see below there are hotels. So let me keep it short. Next time you come here, a year later, 2-4 years later, if you see lots of buildings on these hills, like hotels, like luxury homes, you will remember me. On the hills, you will see narrow strips. These were made to slow or stop the forest fires, but believe me, for these 2 days the fire was unstoppable. What is very sad here is lots of trees are died. education after 8 years, which is the compulsory part. So what they are doing is they are sending them to weaving schools. There is one on the right side, there is second on the right side, to learn how to weave rugs so that they can work and help the family budget. All the weaving schools were burnt. So that was the worst part for those young girls, because they want to continue their education, but their fathers are saying, no, girls cannot go to schools. You can just make money, help the family budget if you do not want to get married at the age of 13, 14, 15. So when the schools were burnt, it was very, very bad. So this is your holiday. We will talk about good things. Now, a few minutes later, I'm going to show you the location of Ephesus. I am going to tell you what kind of trees are these now on the left and right side. Nabala. Yes, peaches.
Peaches, yeah.
All of these are peaches. Thank you. And oh my God, there's a puppy. Come on. We export these peaches to other Islamic countries like Bahrain, Yemen, Qatar, and Saudi Arabia. And as I told you, the best time to eat peaches is right now. They are so good. These are, yes, olive trees, sir. I mean, light green color. It's an amazing color. Grapes on the left side. I mean, as I told you, agriculture is very important in this area. Just because Ephesus and Mary's house is here, lots of people are coming here. Otherwise, all the people who live in this area are farmers. Now look at the right side. On the right side, you will see genuine fake watches is written in yellow. And on the right side, this is the entrance of Ephesus. By the way, I wanna underline the word entrance, just entrance. It is a huge city. It's a very big city, and maybe you have seen Pompeii, other ancient cities. For example, Pompeii is almost 2 times bigger than Ephesus. 80% of it has been excavated. Pompeii is amazing, but in Ephesus, what you will see evidences about this. First of all, a German nun named Anne Catherine Emery, Anna Katarina Emery, had a vision in 1812. She was paralyzed. She was living in Germany in Dülmen, and she had never been to Turkey before. She said that Virgin Mary's house is at the top of a hill 5 miles away from Ephesus, and nobody believed her, of course. But in 1898, some Lazarus priests and some scientists decided to investigate her vision. And yes, the coordinates were exactly true. The ruins of the house were at the top of a hill 5 miles away from Ephesus. Secondly, near the lower gate of Ephesus, there is a very famous church of Virgin Mary called Double Church, where the Catholics accepted the principles of Trinity. Jesus is the Son of God, Mary is the mother of Jesus, which is Theotokos, and the Pope, Pontifex Maximus, is the leader of the Christianity. What is very important here is it was the first church in the world that was dedicated to her in 431 in ecumenical council. And the last evidence is, as you know from the Bible, before Jesus died, he was on the cross, and he said to St. John, one of the apostles of Jesus, this is your mother, and he said to Mary, this is your son. After the crucifixion, Mary and St. John left Jerusalem, and they came to Ephesus by a ship. Now the question is, why? Why did they come to Ephesus? Because Asia Minor was given to St. John, and Ephesus was the capital city of the Asia Minor, and it was the only city in the world where the Christianity was not forbidden. Because of the trade, because of the money, all the people were free in faith here. First pagans, 42. Then he took Virgin Mary under his care. They left Jerusalem and they came to Ephesus by a ship. After the death of St. John the Evangelist, his disciples built a small square chapel over his tomb. In a very short space of time, this chapel became the center of the Christian pilgrimage. So great was the number of the pilgrims to the chapel that the Byzantine Emperor Justinian and his wife Theodora decided to construct, instead of the chapel, a building which would be worthy of St. John. So they built an amazing basilica here, which was in the form of a cross in 6th century AD. It was considered as one of the 7 apocalyptic churches of Asia Minor. St. John was the writer of the 4th Gospel, and also he was the writer of the book of Revelation. And the accounts of the Gospels agree that he is the son of Zebedee. Together with his brother James, began to follow Jesus while fishing in the Lake Galilee. He was with him on various significant events such as the Transfiguration and the Crucifixion. As we have already mentioned, when Jesus was on his torture stake, he entrusted his mother to St. John, so the beloved disciple is thought to have been St. John. Second half of the century was full of persecution to the early Christians. Apostle James and Stephen were killed in Jerusalem, St. Paul was sent to Rome, and he was executed. So St. John wrote his 4th Gospel in Ephesus and the book of Revelation in Patmos Island in Greece. Why did he write the book of Revelation in Patmos? I'll tell you in Ephesus. St. John was the only apostle who was not executed. So according to some sources, he died when he was 99. According to some, when he was 100 years old. And according to some sources, he never died. He still breathes inside of his tomb. In front of the tomb of St. John today, there is an open hole. People say when St. John breathes today, a dust comes out from the grave. And people believe that dust has healing powers. So it is visited by many people every year, especially by sick people to inhale, to take that dust inside of their bodies. And lastly, the excavations and the restorations of the basilica have been carried out through the initiative and financial assistance of an American benefactor, Bill Quatman from Ohio, from United States, since 1961. So we have some guests from Ohio, and the golden statue of Virgin Mary was erected by the same family as well. By the way, on the left side you see where the sea is today. It's 4 miles away from Ephesus now. Now I will give you the most important information for today, my dear guests. Just a few minutes later, we will be at the upper gate of Ephesus, where we will leave our bus. And in Ephesus, we will be walking about 1.8 miles downhill. It's about 3 kilometers, which is going to be easy. But at the end of the tour, not to walk all that way back, the bus will be at the lower gate. So it's easy to walk. Shortly, if something happens, if you can